So now we're going to take a look at the general recursive rule for the formula for an arithmetic sequence. So remember, the recursive formula is good for getting the next sequence. An arithmetic sequence is a sequence that's growing through constant addition. So the general formula for an arithmetic sequence is going to look like this. It's going to say your first term is whatever your first term is in the sequence, and it's going to say the new term, or any term, however you want to read this a sub n, the new term or any term, is the previous term. Remember, the one before a sub n is a sub n minus 1. Remember to write that as a subscript, plus d. D being the constant difference between successive terms. So right here, this is the general formula for writing a recursive formula for any arithmetic sequence. The difference between arithmetic and geometric, remember, is arithmetic is growing through constant addition. That's why we're seeing plus some value. That's going to be our constant. So we basically, when we're given a formula or given a sequence and we're asked to write a recursive formula for it, we need to identify what is our first term, and we need to identify what is our constant difference. Everything here, this part and this part, that's going to stay in every single formula. So for instance, this formula, or this sequence, when we write the recursive formula for it, we're going to say see a sub 1 equals, which is saying the first term is whatever the first term is for the sequence. And it's going to say the new term is the previous term plus whatever the constant difference is. So in examining our sequence that I gave us here, we can see our first term is 9. So we just have to say the first term is 9. And now we have to say, what do we add to the previous term to get the new term? So we have to find our constant difference. To find our constant difference, remember, it's any term minus the previous term. That's how we're going to find a constant difference. So pick a term, 19. Subtract the previous term, 14. 19 minus 14, we can see our constant difference for this sequence is 5, which you can probably see as you look at this, that you're adding 5, adding 5, adding 5, adding 5 each time. So the formula for that particular sequence is the first term is 9, the new term is any term, or the previous term, plus 5. There you have it. So if you see one that is arithmetic but it's growing through subtraction, something like 18, 14, 10, 6, 2, probably you can tell what's going on from one term to the next, so you're probably able to identify the constant difference here. We're subtracting 4 each time, so the constant difference is negative 4. So if we were going to write a recursive formula for this sequence, we're going to say the first term is 18, and the new term, or any term, is the previous term, and then we have to say what's going on. We're taking away 4 from the previous term. There you have it.